up, AJ? Thank you so much for being on the A podcast. We're super excited to have you.
What's up, brother, man? Thanks for having me, bro. I want to apologize right now. I am in the car. Pretty sure you guys see the seatbelt. You guys are probably wondering why I'm in a car right now doing a podcast and not in the office, but I'll explain that a little bit later. But man, let's get into it, bro.
Yeah, dude, no doubt. No, we just appreciate you taking the time. I think your story is so powerful and so many people can take something from it. And I just love, our team created this platform to really be able to show other people's stories and to just give people that motivation to be better. And your story is incredible. And we can't wait to talk about it.
Let's get into it, man. What do you want to know? My life's an open book.
Let's start there, man. Let's talk about your life. Just tell us about your journey. I want to know more about kind of where you're from, how you started, how you came up, and just kind of where you are in life right now.
So, you know what I mean? And obviously it all starts when we're kids, but my life was a little bit different. I was the first Black kid in a full Mexican family, and when I came into that family, they had, obviously nothing but love for me. And they might have gave me too much love, if that's even the thing, right? They gave me too much love, too much confidence. So I've always lived a life of obesity. I've always been overweight. I've always been the biggest kid in the room. I'm talking about the kid in elementary school, kid in junior high, in high school, college. I've always been overweight, and I never really let it affect me. As in, like, I always knew my confidence. I always knew my self-worth. I knew that I was, going to be something. That's how my family raised me. Just a little story. To paint a picture of what I'm saying is that when I was a kid and I used to take apart toys and try to mess with them and play with them, my grandma's like, "Oh, he's gonna be engineer." You know what I mean? Like, that's how my family was. Like, if you want to do it, you're gonna do it. Get it done. Like, if we believe in you, we're gonna support you every way we can. And so growing up in such a great family support, I think it gave me too much confidence. So obviously anything I do as a kid is gonna, go into my adulthood. That's what I'm learning. I'm learning up a sponge. So we are obviously, being Mexican and Black, we were never really taught portion control. I wasn't taught, I'm not saying we as a whole, but myself, I wasn't really taught portion control. And I just had a bad relationship with food, as in, like, good days, bad days, happy days, sad days, Christmas, birthday parties, everything. Like, we would just always put food first. And, that started to affect me as I got older and older, especially, getting into, like, elementary school. Elementary school kids in general are just mean. So people try to bully me and make fun of me and call me fat and different names, try to give me like a nickname Nutty. But once again, that's where my confidence came in. And, you can't make fun of someone that's well aware of what they are. I knew it was fat. I just didn't care. It didn't bother me. So when you try to make fun of someone that already knows who they are as a person, it kind of really doesn't get you anywhere, because I don't show no emotion towards it, So moving into, junior high, or moving into high school, I was once again the biggest kid in school, biggest kid in the room, played football. I worked my butt off. I was so big in high school. My mom and I had to literally get two football pants, and sew them together so I could play my first game in freshman year.
Oh my gosh.
I was a big boy, you know what I mean? But I was a train baby. You weren't moving it, you know what I mean? You weren't moving me. I put in the work, but I was a big guy, and once again, that confidence falls is it was just too much confidence. Like, I always tell people, how did you know have girlfriends? Or, some people are 20 pounds overweight and they feel they can't get a girlfriend or a boyfriend. I was like 200 pounds overweight and still had girlfriends, still had friends, and had enjoyed my high school life. I didn't spend all of high school getting picked on. There's certain people that try to do it, but it just really didn't work. And I always told people, it's like, if you walk around like you have a six-pack, people are going to treat you like you have a six-pack. I knew that deep down inside, my insecurity was my weight, but I would never let no one see that, because why would I let someone who already has a bad intention of my feelings in their mind know about my insecurity, So I didn't ever let people know that. I didn't let people know my weight affected me. I would never, because I know my self-worth. I knew if I want to fix it, I would fix it. And, that's pretty much it. So after high school, obviously, once football's done and wrestling was done, I did wrestle also in high school. Didn't get a lot of matches because there wasn't a lot of people in the super heavyweight, you know what I mean? But, after high school, I just did the thing everyone does. Went to college, BS'd myself around, but mainly just partying. I was a DJ at the time, and just eating freaking tacos and burritos and everything at 2 a.m. after we just drank for 4 or 5 hours. And, my health, I was suffering, you know what I mean? And straight up, like, at being that weight, I was probably like around high 400s, close to 500s, maybe not, maybe even 500s. And, this is like, I'm going to say, I don't know the exact years, but I'm just going to throw a number out there. Like, it was like 2014, 15, right? So I started losing weight. I started taking my life seriously. I started working on myself. I think I was going through like a breakup or something like that, honestly. So I think I just got going through a breakup, and I started taking my health, seriously. Lost a whole bunch of weight. I think I lost about almost 200 pounds, and I wanted to get skin removal surgery. So I was going to the doctors. I was letting them know that I was getting like a rash and stuff like that. And I went, and then I finally, like, the front said, okay, we're gonna see about getting your skin removal surgery. Well, like, I remember, like, it was yesterday. They called me and they're like, oh, you weren't approved for skin removal surgery because you didn't have weight loss surgery. I'm like, well, I did all this myself. I did everything you guys told me to do. I got my health in the order. I lost all this weight, and now I can't get, my skin removal surgery after I did what you guys told me to do, other than I didn't get a weight loss surgery at this time. And I was pissed, bro. Like, it sent me on a bad downhill spiral. Like, I just gained all the weight back, plus some. I was like, no, whatever. Well, if I'm not gonna look the way I want to look, then who cares? You know what I mean? I did it once. If I want to do it, I'll do it. But right now, who cares? And I started putting on weight over the years. Fast forward, 2018. My grandpa was he got diagnosed with cancer again. He's had it like this would be that was his 5th time. And my grandpa was my best friend. He was the world to me. He was my best friend. He was my grandpa. He was, all my amazing good memories are with my grandpa. My family in general, but right now we're speaking about my grandpa. And I quit everything, man. I own businesses. Right now I own 4 businesses. At this time, I think I own like 2 businesses. And I completely stopped filming. I stopped everything I did. I was really, really proud of my credit. I was like a 770, 780. I stopped paying all this stuff for a whole year, bro. I didn't work for a whole year. A whole year I did not work, and I took care of my grandpa. But my grandpa only lasted about 4 months. But then once my sorry about that. He keeps on calling me. Sorry about that. You hear me good?
Yep.
But once my grandpa passed away, it wasn't over, because now my grandma was, without her husband, and that's a whole nother ballgame, because she was not used to being alone. So I stayed with her for a couple more months. So in total, it was like a month shy of a year. I went from 400. Wait, was it 5? No, I went 480 pounds to 600 pounds, over 600 pounds.
That's crazy.
It was. I don't do drugs. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do any of that, stuff. So my release was food, and going back to how I was when I was a kid, with good days, bad days, happy days, that's all we did. So when my grandpa was around and the family would come visit him and we would all hang out, it was food. And I was racking up, 65, 75, 100 calories a day. I mean, I was racking up 2,000 calories in breakfast alone. You know what I mean? McDonald's breakfast, the 2 sausage and egg McMuffins, extra hash brown, orange juice. Bro, that was like religiously every single day for a year. You know what I mean? And I was just stress eating, you know what I mean? I was losing my best friend. I was losing my grandpa. I was doing things that, the hospice nurses should be doing, but I wanted to do it because I didn't want my grandpa didn't want to be touched and bathed by all these random people. And I did it. I took lead, and I knew that, I wanted to be here for my grandpa, make sure his last couple of days, weeks, months, or years was going to be as comfortable as possible. And after everything was said and done, everything hit me, you know what I mean? And I was eating. Just because my grandpa was gone doesn't take away the hurt and everything that I seen and everything I was feeling. And seeing my grandma sad, and my mom sad, and my dad and my brothers and sisters, the whole family sad. So I took it hard, and I was just, eating my feelings away. I was just in a really bad place. I was, fast forward, the last, couple of days I was staying with my grandma for almost that year. I went home and I looked in the mirror, and I was at like below ground zero. You know what I mean? I was in the worst place I've ever been. I literally had to Google my feelings to see that I was depressed. I've never been depressed. Like, I always had confidence. I've always had a plan. I've always knew, I always knew there was something that was, positive out of it. But right now I see no positive at this time in my life. I looked in the mirror. I was big as shit. I was heartbroken. I was, sad. And I was like, damn, like, I can't fix this. You know, I would have to lose over 400 pounds or 400 pounds to look like a normal human being. You know what I mean? And I went through like a 3-day stage of depression, bro. I'm talking about just horrible thoughts, you know, just one of those things where I was in a very, very bad place. And about the third or the fourth day of being home, and I kind of snapped out of it. And I was like, if I don't get my life together, if I don't, you know, work on myself now, like not now, like not Monday, now, like I'm going to die, and my mom and my family and my dad and my brothers and sisters are going to have to bury me, you know. And I have my sister's missing a chromosome, and I was like, how selfish am I going to be if I continue to keep eating and killing myself every single day, and I'm gonna leave my brother, my sister alone, and then what if something happens to my brother? My sister's going to be in the world by herself. And I remember thinking about everything, and I called my buddy who owned a gym, and I went to the gym, and I just knocked out like 5 days, like right off the bat. I called him. I was embarrassed. I was like, yo, I look nothing like you used to remember. You remember seeing me? I messed up, and I got some work, you know. And I remember walking that gym and just feeling like I just wanted to leave, bro. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to get out of there. You know, I'm over 600 pounds. You know, my scale, it didn't even read me. The scale went up to like 600, and it didn't read me. So I don't know what. That's why I say 600 plus, because I don't know exactly what I was over 600. So I just say 600 plus, but it did take me about a month for the scale to say 598. And then I was grinding it 5 days a week. I was working out. I was doing everything I can, push-ups on the walls, push-ups on my knees, because obviously I can do push-ups that big, punching the punching bag for 20, as long as I can. You know, any type of movement at over 600 pounds is going to burn calories. And I just fought, man. I fought every single day. I fought my demons every single day. I fought wanting to give up, you know, and it's hard, you know, but I never turned back. About a year, not about a year, a couple months into it, I was like, I don't want to do this again. Like, I don't want to keep on, you know, wasting so much money and so much time and so much attention towards my weight. Like, I'm sick of it. So I started doing my research about the gastric sleeve, and I lost over 105 pounds. And then I got the gastric sleeve, and which was at that time was great for me. You know, it helped me learn portion control. It helped me learn, you know, helped me break away from my bad habits of food. And it did so much. And, you know, fast forwarding a year after my surgery, I had no choice but to stretch my stomach out, because what the amount of working out I was doing, I was actually causing more harm for my body than good, because I wasn't taking in the right nutrition and the right, you know, I wasn't taking enough protein in for how amount I was working out. And I knew I didn't want to just lose weight, because at this time I picked up momentum. I posted a video on TikTok, and I woke up the next day, it went viral completely. I think I had like 4,000 followers. I woke up to 100,000 followers. I think like 1.8 million views. And I was like, holy crap. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even want to post this. Like, I didn't want to post I was over 600 pounds. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's embarrassing, you know, to show people the weakest time of my life. But, you know, thanks to my buddy, he told me, he's like, you need to post it. He's like, because I know when you put your mind to something, you're going to do it. And I was like, absolutely not. You know, because we all have that pride. We have that pride of like, people look at me in a certain way. I can't be that person that's on a weight loss journey and know that I was 600 pounds. But it's common sense. When people looked at me, they knew I wasn't 200 pounds. You know what I mean? But it's that pride you have on yourself, you know? And, you know, sometimes our pride will be our worst nightmare, not our friend. But I'm glad I did, because with me posting that, I've got to help change and motivate and inspire so many people around the world, to the point now where I'm sitting on your podcast telling my story about, you know, how I got to where I'm right now, what built the Heavy to Modified, you know, brand.
That's incredible. That story is truly inspiring and incredible. What was, so when you started getting back, when you started you made the decision to change your life, to change your habits, to get in the gym, what was the exact motivator that did it? Or was it several things kind of just coming together?
It was so much, man. It was like, I'm facing, you know, depression. I'm constantly sad about my grandpa not. I didn't want my brothers and sisters to bury my dad. Like, no parents have to bury a kid. And I just, you know, I was thinking, like, how selfish am I being? You know what I mean? Like, how selfish every single day my mom and my grandma, my family wakes up, you know, some point in the day, they're probably thinking, like, I hope, you know, AJ's okay. You know what I mean? Like, I hope, you know what I mean? Because it's a stressful time for everyone. And being overweight doesn't help that stress, you know? So, that was just like the turning point of just like, yo, like I gotta get this, I gotta do this. I have to do this because at the end of the day, I don't care about how I was raised to eat or who put food on my plate as a kid. It's no one's fault but myself. There comes a certain point in my life where I had to realize that, this is my fault and it's up to me to fix it. And if I don't fix it, then I'm good. The next person that's going to be in the casket is going to be me.
No, that's so powerful. When you started, did you program your own workouts and your own diet? Like, was that stuff you did, or did you seek kind of help and get some resources?
I like I told you, I've lost weight before, and so I remember some things I did. To me, obviously, at being over 600 pounds, I could eat half, maybe a quarter less of what I was normally eating and do 1 hour working out, and I'm gonna lose weight. At that being that heavy, our body doesn't want to be that fat. Our body doesn't want to have that much fat and stuff around our heart. So any type of workout that I wasn't normally doing, which I was doing none, is going to help. So I started, looking, eating better foods, not eating fast food, staying away from soda. I'm not really a soda drinker. I don't want to BS people, but I am definitely like I was like a juice drinker. Like I love apple juice. I love Welchers. I love mixing apple juice and Welchers grapefruit juice. It's just the fires drink. If you haven't done it, you got to try it. Preferably when you're not on some type of strict type of diet, though. It's not the best for you. But you know what I mean? That's what I was, a sugar type of person, drink wise, chocolates and stuff like that, never been my thing.
Mhm.
But that, and I started, really diving into, my portion control. I took that when I was thinking about getting the surgery. I took it seriously and I really studied on it because this is something that what doesn't stick forever. But if I'm gonna drop $5,000 on myself, then I better get it together. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it right, and I'm gonna do it right the first time. And obviously, fast forward now, I told you I stretched my stomach out, but that was on purpose. By me not just going and having a surgery and calling it a day, and me pushing myself, and then now to me gaining muscle and doing pull-ups and doing push-up claps and all these crazy workouts and mountain bike riding and jumping dirt bikes, it's inspired so many people, not just people that are trying to lose weight, but people that are trying to gain weight, people that are 10 pounds overweight, people are 100 pounds overweight, people are 400 pounds overweight. So now it just turned into like this weight loss is like, it's not even for me anymore because I've always been happy. It's for the people that feel that it's not possible, for the people that feel like that 20-pound goal or that 200-pound goal is just like unreachable. You know what I mean? I keep posting content daily and pushing myself daily and putting my body through so much daily to say like, yo, it's possible, but you have to put in the work. You know what I mean? You have to really dig deep and grind. It's not going to be easy. It's going to get harder. It's nothing, after that honeymoon stage of working out, it gets hard, the same reason why we're doing the podcast and I'm sitting in my truck right now. I just got back from the gym. I just trained with two people, one being someone that's almost 500 pounds. You know what I mean? I got to motivate him and he got to motivate me. It's a grind for everything. It's everything that you want in life is going to take sacrifices. And it's really up to you how bad you want it. Because if you don't want it bad enough, you're not going to make time for it. And if you want it bad enough, you'll make time for it.
I love that. That gets me fired up. I couldn't agree with more. I think too many times people set out for these goals, right? That everyone has a dream or a vision or a goal, but they're not
Yep.
willing to do the little things day in and day out to get there. They just want it to happen overnight. And
Yeah.
your journey.
My biggest thing is this, like my biggest thing is a goal, a dream is literally just words until you take action. You know what I mean? I can say I want to touch the moon right now, but what am I doing to be able to touch the moon? I can say I want a six pack right now, but what am I doing to want a six pack? I can say I want to make more money and be more financially stable, but what have I done? How much more effort, how much more time have I put into my business or someone else's business that's going to allow me to make more money? You know what I mean? Like we all could talk. We all could talk. We've all thought of Uber before. We've all been like, man, I wish there was someone that could pick me up and take me home. I'm drunk. We all thought about it, but someone took action and built it, and now it's a multi-million-dollar industry app.
Dude, that's facts. I want to know more about your mindset. Like as you made this transition, because like I know there's the physical side is huge. Like you're in the gym, you're doing your nutrition, but talk about kind of the things you went through from the mindset perspective, the challenges, the good, the bad,
Bro,
putting it all in your mind.
it's a complete mental game, bro. I look at pictures of my old self and don't recognize myself. I look at me today, don't recognize myself. I I've had breakdowns. I've had many of breakdowns, you know what I mean? Breakdowns of just my body going through so many different changes. I've had days where I just was ready to quit. And, I had to really, those are days I had to like really dig deep and look at some comments and talk to some people that are in my circle, you know what I mean? Yeah. But it's a mental game, bro. Cause it's not just weight loss. Your life doesn't stop because you have to fix your weight problem. I still have work. I still have a girlfriend. I still have family. I still have businesses to run. I still have things to do, bills to pay. So because I've chose to become so morbidly obese, it didn't stop my life. I didn't get to put a hold on my life for a year, like I did for my grandpa, and stop all that stuff and then get it, start losing weight. It didn't work out that way. Like I still have to do stuff. So it is a mental game every single day to know that my life is completely different than the person next to me. Even though we're both in the gym, we're both getting it and we're both motivated, my life is completely different, because I still have stuff that I need to do. Everyone's story is different, right now, like just for a simple, how my life works is that I own a meal prep company. I own a taco catering service, and I also own a mini pancake. And then I have the Heavy to Modified brand, which I train people and, do motivation stuff and all that stuff. So my life is constantly nonstop, and I love it. I love it, but it doesn't, my weight loss, I can't stop working and I can't stop running businesses. I can't stop being in meetings because I'm on a weight loss journey. Like you have to adapt with your new normal, and that's getting your butt in the gym once to twice a day. And on top of that, still making your bill, paying your bills, still running your businesses, still making time for your family, still, making time for your friends. Sometimes, that's another thing, I've lost a lot of friends from this, but it's a sacrifice, man. It's a mental game, and it beats me up daily. I get slapped daily. There's always something new. But at the end of the day, I know that when I'm about to go to sleep, that I know that I made myself a better person than I was the day before because I chose to put in the work today.
That's awesome. That's so incredible. I agree. And I think literally it's putting in the work, and it's just telling yourself, I'm not gonna give up, and just continuing to push on. And that's what you've done. And that's why you've seen success.
That's it, man. Like you realize you're only giving up on yourself, bro. I mean, that's it. When we realize that, if I give up on this weight loss, yeah, there's other people that are going to be disappointed. But say if I didn't have all the followers, right, and all the backing and all that stuff, if I gave up, it would only affect me, it's the only person that's an effect. I'm not going to stop you from paying your bills or you running your podcast, right? It's only going to affect me. And why do I want to do something that's going to affect my future? I did it for so long. I was playing with death for so long, and I failed for so long, and I'm going to continue to fail, but now I'm learning from it, so I realized that, I got to stop blaming other people and other things for my problems and figure out how I'm going to fix it.
That's good. I was talking to someone the other day, and we were talking about the idea, and this is exactly what you just said. Like the way you handle one thing in your life and approach one thing is the way you do everything. And I'm a strong believer.
Exactly.
And that's what
I believe it. If you wake up in the morning, you stub your toe and you say it's going to be a crappy day, well, you better get ready, better hold on tight because it'd be a roller coaster of hell. You know what I mean? It is. So, and yes, if people are probably listening to this, like, well, it's not possible to be that way every single day. It is possible. It's simple to have something bad happen and figure out how to find the positive in it. You know what I mean? Because you just have to do it. You have to do it, or you're going to fall negative. You know what I mean? You're going to be a negative person. It's such a negative time right now in the world where we don't need any more negativity. We don't need any more negativity we already see all over the place. So why not at least try to make your day positive, make your life positive, or do something for someone else? You know what I'm saying?
I love that. And that's so cool. And that's something you've done with your brand. That's something, I've tried to do with AIM. And like, I will never, ever apologize for trying to be positive and just putting positive energy out in the world. Like people might not like my brand. They might not like your brand. But guess what, brother? We're out here to do something bigger than the haters. Like we're out here to just help people. And that's all that matters.
Yeah, you can't satisfy everyone, bro. There's people that are right now saying that I'm on steroids. There's people right now that's saying, oh, because you had the gastric sleeve, you didn't do any work. And my simple thing is, well, the people say I'm on steroids, come pay for my test. And the people say I had the gastric sleeve and I didn't have to do any work, then go get the sleeve. Because I know that half these people, or 90% of these people are saying they're overweight. Go get the sleeve and don't do anything and see what happens. You're not going to look like me. You're not going to be, doing pull-ups, doing 10, 15 pull-ups, push-ups, having the arms that I have with just because of surgery. There's no such thing as a fix-all. There's tools to help us. Just like we have pre-workout, there's tools to help us. But if you're not putting in the work, you're not going to get anything in return. And unless there's, I'm not rich to be paying for surgeries like that to give me a six-pack. You know what I mean? So until that day comes, even if I had the money, I don't think I would do it. It's hard work. And these people now are so negative, and they see someone doing something that they want to do so bad, but they don't have that mindset. They don't have that drive. They automatically have to bring negativity to it, because that's all they have to bring to the table. They don't have anything positive to bring to the table. You know, people that look at me and say, man, that guy lost a lot of weight, but his body looks disgusting. I don't want to lose weight. To me, you're a loser. You know what I mean? Because you rather sit there and be overweight and breathing heavy, walking upstairs and can't tie your shoes because a little bit of extra skin that could be surgically removed whenever you're ready to do it. You know what I mean? That stuff doesn't bother me. That people want me to be affected so much by my extra skin and put a shirt on and don't work out shirtless and that looks disgusting. And people want me to be hurt by that, but it doesn't hurt me, because at the end of the day, when I have the money, I could go spend $30,000 to go get the surgery, to go get all this skin removed and come out with hopefully a six pack. At the end of the day, they can't spend $30,000 to get rid of that negative mindset that they've had for so long.
That's fire, bro. That's facts.
And that's just how I look at it, man. You know what I mean? And you got me like literally 10, 15 minutes after a workout. So it's like, yeah, like I'm hyped up right now. You might literally get one of the best podcasts I've given in a very long time.
No, you're killing it. This is a great conversation. I want to kind of this kind of ties in segues nicely. I want to talk about your presence on social media. And there's a couple of things I want to break down. So like, obviously there's the element of like, you kind of following your journey. People post all the time. They're kind of where they are in life, how life is going. But then obviously you have a unique platform where you can actually push into the inspiration side of things too. So talk to me about kind of what you're doing social and why you're doing it.
Man, it's like, I don't know how it happened. My family is okay, and it's what comes a point where you realize, like, I think my family just loves me too much. You know what I mean? So I have to like take what they say at a grain of salt. Like, you're gonna be something one day. And I knew I was gonna be something. You know, I was raised right. I was like, I do that. But when you hear it from the same people, it becomes like, oh, you know, my girlfriend's supposed to tell me I'm good looking. You know, my mom's supposed to tell me that I'm handsome. But, you know, they've always told me this as a kid, and people always say it, you know, and I don't want to sound any type of cocky. I'm just sharing my story. You know, for instance, one time we're on a plane, and I talk, as you can tell, like you can't shut me up right now. And I was a kid around a plane, and this lady was, you know, in front of me, and I was talking her ear off, and the whole flight. And the lady, like, when she got off the plane, she's talking to my mom. She's like, your son is so intelligent and so smart and so like happy. He's like, he's gonna be something one day. Like, a random person said that about me on a plane. You know what I mean? Like this, you know what I mean? And like, my mom always tell me that story, and I would always like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be something. And it's happening. And I feel like that seed has been planted in me since I was a kid. My whole family told me I was gonna be something. Now, did I know that I was gonna gain over 600 pounds in order to be able to touch lives? No. Hey, but you know, I got to eat all the best foods I wanted. I got to indulge in whatever I wanted. I got to live best of both worlds, you know? But the coming to the social media, like, I guess, inspiration, influencing, it has been the craziest roller coaster, bro. And let me just explain this to you in like the only way I know how. It is a roller coaster. Have you been to like Six Flags or anything? Have you been on, what's the craziest roller coaster you've been on? That's my life right now.
Yeah.
I'm getting contacted by companies that I didn't even think would ever know who I am. You know, I'm getting contacted by famous people on movies. I'm reaching so many people. Families are sending me DMs of them all on mountain bikes, because I got a mountain bike during the pandemic, because I didn't let the gym's closing affect me and stop me from, you know, my weight loss journey, you know. And I've got families, you know, sending me updates on their weight loss, and moms, you know, asking if I could FaceTime their son because they're being bullied about weight. And like, stuff that I've been through, stuff that I know about. I know how it is to be bullying, you know, and I just share my stories, and I get on and I push myself to literally how I look at my social media is this. I only talk when I feel that I have something that someone's going to gain from it. So if you notice on my social media, I don't post talking every single day, other than stories, because, you know, I'm in the gym and I'm sure what I'm doing and stuff like that. Right. But I don't talk every single day, because every single day I'm not motivated, but every single day I'm in that gym. And people see that day in, day out. When they go to sleep, they see me, my last post, and how many calories I burned that day. When they wake up, they see a post from me at 4:15 in the morning with the eyes and saying, good morning, I'm going to the gym. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like they see that constant grind to where it's like they get motivated, you know? And I'm not just talking about overweight people. I'm talking about anyone. I have people that are freaking athletes that are already ripped, are like, bro, you're motivating me to get bigger because I see you're about to catch up to me. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I just know from what other people tell me is that I'm a relatable person. You know, I guess my person. I've been told my personality bleeds through, and I'm using it for the right reasons now. I never thought in my life that I would be doing any type of fitness, any type of health, any type of training people, any type of being someone's life coach, and being anyone's motivation for health. You know what I mean? Never in my life did I expect that. Did I think highly of myself? Yes. But I knew I had limits, bro. You know what I mean? And being at 600 pounds, I wasn't thinking about being no coach, or anything like that. But, this is the opportunity that was put in my hands, and I'm going to take full advantage of it, and I'm going to do the best that I can. I'm going to give 110% every single day to inspire at least one person. Now, obviously, I do have a lot of followers, but if I could just inspire one person, if I see one DM of saying that, yo, I went to the gym today because I seen you do a pull-up video, then I'm super stoked, man, because I know how it feels to be empty and feel like there's no way out. You know what I mean? I know how it feels to start something and not know what the hell you're doing. You know what I mean? It's not just weight loss, bro. It's business. These people watch me lose weight, start my businesses now, started having my heavy to modified brand, and I announced that I'm instead of worrying about my skin removal surgery, I want to open up a gym in Orange County and be able to train people and do one-on-one classes, not classes, one-on-one trainings for people that are embarrassed to be around multiple people because of their weight. You know what I mean? So I don't care about the skin. You know what I mean? I don't care about the skin. I post this. My skin is my biggest insecurity, and I don't care about it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I literally hate my skin. I think it's disgusting and it annoys me, but I don't care because I know it's insecurity. So no one could tell me about it. And I know when I post those shirtless videos and I show how much excess skin that I have on my legs and on my thighs, and not so much my arms, your boy be putting in the work there. But, I know that it motivates people because if I'm 10 pounds overweight and I feel insecure and this guy's posting 40 pounds of extra skin and he's gaining it, then let's do it, and I post my insecurity so other people don't have to feel insecure.
I love that. And it's embracing your story. Like that is you. That is what you
It's me.
did.
It's 100% me. I messed up. Learn from my mistakes. I post it all the time. Look at me. Look at my body. If you want to do what I did, then so be it. If you're already where I'm at and you're already 600 pounds, 500 pounds, well, we're already here. Look at everything I did to get to where I'm at today. But if you're looking at this and you're 10, 15, 20, 30 pounds, 40 pounds overweight, learn from my mistakes. Don't mess up. Don't let food take over your life. You know what I mean? It's just end it now. And that's even to parents out there listening to this. Like, stop telling your kids that there's food on the plate. You have to finish it. They don't have to finish it. If they're not hungry no more. They're not hungry. You know what I mean? Lead by example. Stop going to fast food every single day because you're too tired because you just worked an 8-hour shift, and go make something. Like that stuff. Racism starts at home. Freaking being obese starts at home. Straight
That's
up.
good. Yeah. No, there's a lot of truth in that, and I think
It's taught, man. It's taught, man. And I don't blame my mom. I don't blame my dad. I don't blame my grandparents. I don't blame anyone. But when I have a kid and I'm ready to bring someone else in the world, believe that they're going to know. I'm going to give them every opportunity to know about health and wealth and everything they need to know about their body, so they can take that information as they get older and do what they may with it. But I'm going to do my part to let them know that you don't have to go and celebrate with a double cheeseburger at this disgusting place that is all fake meat but 10% real. You know what I mean? If you want to go celebrate, you know what I mean, you go somewhere that's actually food. And it's easy to get. That's why it's called fast food. But someone had talked. I never remember who told me this. But it sat so deep in my stomach. I say this probably every podcast. When have you ever been to McDonald's or any of these fast food restaurants and seen a Lamborghini, a Urus, a GT350, a freaking Rolls Royce? When have you seen these cars parked in the front of McDonald's? When have you seen those? They don't do that because the people that are put their success first, people that put their health first, they're not celebrating at this hole in the wall 10-cent cheeseburger place. They're having sushi, they're having steak, they're having that's just it. You know what I mean? Put yourself around the people you want to be, and I want to be having filet mignon and some sushi and stuff like that. I want to be parking my Lamborghini next to someone else. You know what I mean? And that's just how I look at it. You don't see those cars there because they don't put that junk in their body. So why should we?
It's so true. What does your diet look like now, like these days?
Damn, my diet, I wake up in the morning, I have 4 ounces of bison, a cup of rice, and that's about like 4:30 in the morning. About 2 hours later, I own a meal prep company, so my food's different all the time, but it sticks to the vegetables, chicken, rice, not brown rice. Regular rice is fine. Carbs are okay. I eat about 6 times a day, and like I said, I can't name every single thing I have, but
Right.
I do a lot of protein pancakes, you know what I mean? Sugar-free syrup. I do I do eat sugar-free. I mean, it's impossible to kind of stay away from all that stuff. And I know some people are against it, but a lot of fish. I love sushi. I love sashimi. I love steak. Today I had steak and eggs. That's probably why I'm so hyped up right now. You know what I mean? Trying to get those gains. So I'm right now, for me, and what falls in line for how much I'm working out and my body goals, I'm eating 6 times a day, and I'm probably doing about like 25 to like 2,800 calories.
Okay. That's awesome.
I think 25. I think it's 2,500 calories, maybe 28. If I have, I had fried Oreos the other day. Probably 3,000 calories that day. You know what I mean?
That's good.
But you know what I mean? It is. And one thing that I do, I don't want to lose focus. I'm so hyped up, and there's certain topics that I always want to talk about, and I do want to make sure I bring this up. Is my whole weight loss has been sustainable weight loss.
Yeah.
It's been sustainable. I don't like the word diet. You know what I mean? I've been on diets my whole life. When you say you're on a diet, you go out to eat with your family for, graduation. They'll look at you like, why are you eating that? You're on a diet. Like, no, leave me alone. You know what I mean? I'm on a sustainable weight loss journey. That's what I'm on. I'm going to have soda. I'm going to look at this thing's 200 calories. Oh, can you see it?
Oh,
it's like fake orange juice. You know what I mean? It's 200 calories, like 46 grams of sugar in it. You know what I mean? I'm going to have stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'm going to have cheeseburgers. I'm going to have pizza. I'm going to have ice cream. But it's all about the proportion. It's all about how many times I'm doing it a week. It's all about how much I'm eating that time. It's not like we always want to say we can't. And the person that says they can't the most goes on a binger. And I'm talking about anything in life, right? Like, like you have the mom and dad who grows up, raise their kid in church and never lets them go out because they think that everyone's bad and their dad's a priest and their mom's a nun or whatever it is. And they turn 18 and they're balls to the wall, bro. They're crazy, right? Because they've been told no their whole life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's how I look at my weight loss. Like, if I want to go to Six Flags and have like this 10-pound freaking funnel cake, I ate it. There's a picture of me eating it, and I didn't feel guilty because I knew the next day I was gonna have to do like an hour and a half of cardio for that dumb thing. But I did it, and I knew I had to work it off, because I've learned that every action has a consequence, whether it be positive or negative. There's a consequence. And that consequence is for eating those funnel cakes, boys, getting that Stairmaster on. You know what I mean?
That's no joke right there. The Stairmaster.
Yeah, the Stairmaster sucks, bro. But you know what? There's always consequences. They could be good consequences. They could be bad, But I do want to definitely make sure that's a bullet point I always like to talk about the podcast is sustainable weight loss. You don't have to sacrifice every single thing that you enjoy eating. You know what I mean? You can make it at home and be half the amount of calories.
No, I'm glad you brought that up because that's so important for, especially contextually, for just people to know, and that's the healthiest way to do it. I mean, you can't.
Yeah, you can't do that, man. We all do it. We all hop on those like, oh, I'm gonna do like a 12-day freaking juice and lemon tea blend, mix, and I'm only gonna drink that for 12 days and lose 20 pounds. And then the first time I eat something, I'm gonna gain 26 pounds, and I'm gonna be so hungry from starving for 12 days, I'm gonna get another 4 pounds after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
That's how it works, bro. You know what I mean?
No doubt, man. Dude, this has been an incredible conversation. You're gonna touch so many lives with this conversation. I'm just excited. But
I'm excited for this one. I'm like super like hyped up right now, man. Like coming from workout and then probably also having this freaking 47 grams of sugar.
what brand is that? What is it called?
That's a Rockview.
Okay.
100% pure orange juice.
I haven't heard of that. I'll have to check it out.
No, stay away from this, man. Right. That's not, don't brand that one, bro. I just want to let you, I'm just being real. I'm always real on my social media. I post what I'm eating. People are like, you shouldn't have that. I'm like, well, you shouldn't comment this. You know what I mean? Like, I can have what I want. Like, I'm in the gym 3 hours a day, and I work out with the people I train too, man. So I don't do their whole workout, but if I see them like feeling down or are feeling tired, I see them kind of giving up for a second, I hop in the workout with them and get it done. I do everything as a trainer that I wished was done for me and which I wish I seen, you know what I mean? And I know it feels to feel embarrassed you can't do a workout. So I'm constantly in the gym. So I'll burn this off in a couple hours. I'm not stressed. No. My coach is probably pissed off though, honestly.
What's your workouts look like today? What are you hitting today?
So today's Friday. So Friday is leg day. So we get it in. You know, your
Yep.
boy will be walking like Bambi. This morning I worked out my clients. I didn't do my leg day yet, which I regret now thinking about it. It sucks because right now I'd be done with my leg session and I would just be sore and that's it. Now I have to go the rest of the day remembering that I have to go do legs today. So that sucks. But today's legs, you know what I mean? We're squatting. We're doing the leg press. That sucks. That machine sucks. You know, pushing the sled. I always do pull-ups. My whole life I want to do pull-up. Always been too fat. So now I get in the gym. You know, I got my tank top on. I get that little pump going. I start doing pull-ups, look at myself in the mirror. You know what I mean? I always do pull-ups every single day. I don't care if I'm doing chest, back, arms, cardio. Don't care. I do pull-ups every single day. Every day because I'm so happy that I could do one pull-up. I can do more now, but now I'm focusing on I do the close grip every single day, but now I'm focusing on the wide grip pull-up, which my back looks amazing. Yeah, I love it. You know what I mean? But it's so hard, you know, all these years of like working out wrong and doing like what's it called? Like sparring and throwing crazy punches.
Right.
I think I messed up my shoulder. So like if I lift wrong with my doing any type of like bench or chest workout and my shoulder, it hurts a lot and I'll be out for like a day or two. You know what I mean? It just really it sucks. So I have to be careful when I do the wides. It does bring that pain, but I've just been
Yeah.
trying to fight through it because I really want to be able to do it.
Dude, that's awesome, brother. I know you will. You'll keep working and keep growing and
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
new levels.
It is, man. I'm pushing boundaries, man. I was tipping scales, now I'm pushing boundaries, you know?
I love that, bro. And that kind of ties into the last thing I want to talk about. Just tell me more about your brand, Heavy to Modify. Tell me how it started, what you're doing, and where you see it going.
So how heavy to modify started, it was actually started from heavy and modified for my YouTube channel. I have a Camaro, I have a race car. I was 500 at this time. I was like 500 plus pounds, close to 600 in a race car. I have a Camaro, a full race car. I had to get custom brackets made for my race seat, so my belly wasn't touching the steering wheel. You know, it's heavy and modified because my car is heavy. I'm heavy, and my car is modified. Right, that worked out. And then as like it kind of like I started like wanting to lose weight, and obviously I'm thinking branding and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh wait, what about putting two like heavy to modified, and I changed it from heavy to modified right when I started losing weight, just because like I stopped posting on YouTube with all my grandpa stuff and all that happening, and that's how the brand was started. It was like I planted a seed years before my weight loss.
Yeah.
And now this heavy to modified brand has turned into, it's not even a brand, it's turned into a lifestyle. You know what I mean? It's turned into something that we're doing stuff that people don't think is possible. We're reaching boundaries that we never thought was possible. Heavy to modified is not just me, it's just a complete community of people that are just putting in the work, putting the time, and putting the effort to making themselves better and doing what they want to do with life. Like I mentioned before, I was over 600 pounds. Now I'm dirt bike riding. I'm jumping jumps. I'm not just dirt bike riding, like, going on some trails and stuff. Like I'm literally on the racetrack, jumping jumps, enjoying myself. I'm mountain bike riding. I'm jumping over in Big Bear. I'm reaching limits that were not possible for, heavy to modified is just like this crazy community of people that are just supportive, and they all have a goal and they're going to get there no matter what, and that's what my brand is. And what I see heavy to modified evolving into is to what it basically is now, a lifestyle. I want to share something about my community right now that's pretty awesome. I've never made a GoFundMe. I never asked for money. I never did any of that. And the person I train that drives 100 miles round trip 3 days a week to come train with me. What I mean? He's about 500 pounds. He works out. He gives me 100% every single time. He has a kid. Him and his wife come. Both of them come, and they train Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And they come and they make that 100-mile trip, and they get it done. They put in the work. They leave the smile on their face. And he sent me a text yesterday, and he was like, "Hey man," he's like, "I want to come," but he sent me a screenshot of his bank account. He has $0. He had no money, and it reminded me of that story I shared with you earlier, that when I was told by no from Kaiser that I can't get skin removal surgery, and that sucks because I worked hard for it. You know what I mean? So I got on my app, my community app, and I texted heavy modified community. I was like, hey, I told him the story I just told you right now. I'm training him. He puts in 100%. He's ran into a hard time. He doesn't have gas money to get here. I want to give him some money. I already sent him money. You know what I mean? But I was like, let's see if we could get him some money. So within like 15 minutes, we had like $200 ready for him. You know what I mean? They all Zelled me, Venmo me, PayPal me, Cash had me, and $200, $200 from everyone from that community. And we gave him $100 gas card, and we gave him $100 cash. You know what I mean? And that's what heavy to modified is, man. Heavy to modified is being there for someone that's down, you know, showing people that it's only someone that is possible, you know. That's what my brand represents, and that's what I always wanted to represent, even when I'm here and when I'm gone. I always want heavy to modify to be that lifestyle brand that is, you know, supportive and getting stuff done and doing things that you want to do, but you have to put in the work to do it.
Dude, that's incredible. I love that, every single step of that, every single thing you're doing. I mean, that's powerful, and there's nothing better than making an impact and doing things beyond you. This is what you've created is bigger than yourself at this point. I know you know that, and I just want to encourage you, man. Keep going, man. You got this.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you having me on your podcast. And I hope that, you know, we got to reach some people today. And I hope, you know, everything we're talking about, you know, touch someone, you know, one of those sentences touch someone, you know, listening.
I know it did, brother. Thank you so much for being on the AIM podcast, man. We got your back 100% of the way, and just keep going, man. The sky's the limit. You got this.
Oh, yeah. Love it, brother, man. Thank you so much, bro. I'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir.